Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. The other day I picked this up and it is a 530 Lockwood key and knob here with storeroom function that somebody has smashed the good stuff out of, or kicked the snot out of it, you could say. So basically when you turn the key it works the drive so hard that part of the drive is still connected. So I saw this on the ground and I thought, oh, that's going in the bin, I'll take it. And I know what you're thinking, you know, and I think it's right. A lot of locksmiths are collectors. We appreciate locks, and I don't know too many locksmiths out there who don't have a very fine or very large collection of locks. My wife seems to think it's some sort of hoarding problem that I have. I disagree, and the reason I disagree is because parts like this and things like this, I can get something from this, and I'm going to show you exactly what I get from it so that you can make that decision whether or not I'm a hoarder or not. I mean, it is true I have probably about 30 square meters of locks, roof to floor, in boxes. Okay, there's no two ways of denying it. There's a lot of locks, and I even throw out quite a lot of locks too. Things like this I don't throw into the rubbish. I actually strip it down, give the rest to the recycling people. They can send it back to China, reburn it down, send it back to me in a new shape, and I'll pay money for it, as we all do. But this particular knob set here, look at that, look at the force, look at that. Sheared the two screws holding it on. Part of the drive is still connected. Massive impact there on the side, wrenching, massive around the bezel or the rose, and you know, look, if I was to put it that way, you'd say that's okay. Ta-da! It's a mess. Okay, so the reason I kept it, and it was actually floating around in my car for probably about 2 weeks before I pulled it out and said, there's another piece of useless, useless weight that I'm basically paying petrol for. So I pulled it out. All right, so I'm just going to get my little screwdriver here and show you why I took this home. So that's all pretty much rubbish. I could even save the drive there, but it does have an impact scratch there, and they come with all the new locks. It's not really a part that's got anything good for me. This part here as well, that never breaks. So the one that comes with the lock and the other 60 of them I have sitting in undismantled locks is not gonna, you know, the spindle's actually bent. I could cut it down, straighten it up, use it on a passage set of some description, but this type of spindle is not hard to come by. The brass on this section here, I could knock that pin out and stick it with my brass, which I will, because we actually sell off the brass to be used as artwork. People can put it in resin and do things along that line, as brass is a really good shiny product, and if you put in a sand bath, brass comes up like gold, and gold and resin on a wood finish you can do a lot of funky stuff with. People like to braze brass too. So I won't waste the brass, but I will be chucking the steel in the steel bin. Okay, that straight in the steel bin. Now here we come to the nitty gritty. This is a Lockwood oh geez, it won't even come up. A Lockwood BD, so that's RBD cylinder. Now these cylinders here, they cost me about 25-30 bucks just to get that plug. Then I have to provide the housing. Now this one here actually came off a job where I keyed it up originally, and it's for access to the Telstra room or the power room. So it's on the Telstra and the E-key and the Tel key. So let me just grab them, because I've got them sitting here somewhere. I don't have them. Where have they gone? 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 On earth? Get out. Okay, so I've got my two master keys here. I can't show you exactly. So I put one in. This is the Tel key. Should be the Tel key, and it's not working. That's not good. Let me try the E key. That's not working either. Okay, so unfortunately the keys don't work, but being in such a housing, I can simply slide this top section off, pull all the pins out, repin it up to a key of my liking, turning it into a couple of change keys, working on the Tel key and the master key, and I've saved myself some money. The housing will not be damaged, the plug is not damaged, it's everything else that's damaged. So what do I get out of this? I get a plug that's worth probably about 25-30 bucks, and I can then reuse that on another job site because there's no troubles to it. It's even nicely marked. So am I a hoarder? No, not really. I'm chucking that. I'm keeping that. More of a connoisseur. I keep the good bits. So that will go back in the mix, and I'll use it. I'll use it on a 530. I might even use it on a Lockwood padlock. And there's nothing wrong with that. Although the housing, there is an issue with why the keying doesn't work. And after such, I don't know what you would call that, but such attack or such forcefulness or such abuse, I think, yeah, it is worth a rekey. But that cylinder plug right there, I'm happy to keep. And when people look at it and they chuck it in the bin, yeah, that's good, that's great. But when I look at it, I say, no, I can take that cylinder. That's how much room it's going to cost me. So I'm quite happy with that. These little parts here too, not bad to have a couple of them. The circlip, I can't even save that. Look at that. That's gone to God. You know, you can't do anything with that. But I get the cylinder plug out of it, and although it's been floating around my car for 2 weeks, it's not a lot that I'm going to be putting on the shelf. Basically, I'm going to be putting that on the shelf, and that piece of brass, I'm going to knock that pin right out, and that'll just go for the what I call art brass, where they use it for arty things. Anyway, leave your comments down below, and thanks for watching.